Hello, this is Michael again. This week's subject about the gaming in the classroom was pretty interesting to me. Um, Becoming an instructor in the Air Force, I don't think I ever really expected to be playing any games in a classroom, but we actually did have quite a few games that we utilized. What the book had mentioned too, which kind of was really in line with my experience, was that there's really a lot of benefits, but also some pitfalls. So, essentially, the first benefit that comes to my mind when doing the games is having the students come and collaborate with one another. Some of our games, they were a little bit more hands-on. Collaboration was a must. Some games, really, it was just like they were just searching through a PDF just to try to find the answer for something. And what Rob Lear and Hughes say that through this this practice, it could be beneficial for the fact that it creates like this effective rehearsal to be able to quickly recite information. But with that also comes some pitfalls. So just like I would see in the tests that we did a form of Jeopardy where the students would group up by their class. They would play against. We had three other classes or flights that they would all play against one another. And what would typically happen is they would use their laptop. We allowed them to use their laptop, and they would just control F, quickly type in something that we're saying while they're getting these questions read to them, just like in Jeopardy. And really, what that created was really no like learning event. And Robert Aaron Hughes detailed that it could be really deficient to learners because really all it was just not even a knowledge base type of learning. And typically, how I've always understood is we want to take a knowledge base learning or affective learning and create it an avenue to that cognitive domain, essentially being able to take that knowledge and understand it and be able to elaborate on it. So that's what they were saying. They also briefly mentioned a 7 year study that detailed that although a lot of students were using it, typically only your colored, minority, or low income students were primarily using it as their main source of learning, which really all it's supposed to do is just help you quickly recall, create more of a long term memory, short term into long term, and then to be able to elaborate on it later on. But they were utilizing it as their only way of learning and essentially creating a very low level of knowledge base. Really, really, all it comes down to is this proper utilization. Going back to my experience, if we would have had the students follow up on the Jeopardy game with another lesson afterwards, maybe we could really transfer that knowledge base into something else. And sometimes we did have that with other types of games that we would play or do in the classroom to help grow on the idea of it. And and yeah, so really it all kind of brought me to realize something that, and I read a scripture about it too, is that in Zechariah 8:5 it says the city streets will be filled with boys and girls playing there. So in my personal opinion, yes, I feel like having games in the classroom is very beneficial if you utilize it properly. Talking about our faith and religion, the boys and girls that it talks about in Zechariah are the the people that are excited about the religion, excited about their faith, just like we want to develop a classroom that's just like that, where people are excited to learn and they want to go out and they want to explain to everybody what they've learned. So, so yeah, that's my sense, my 2 cents on this week's very good questions, and yeah, I hope everybody has a great week.